So I was going to talk about Janis Joplin, but she's getting bumped. Susan called, and the clemency was denied for Don Wackerly. One of the death row inmates that we correspond with was having his clemency hearing today. And John Pell was there to testify for Don. Susan said that he did very, very well. And not only in expressing himself for, for Don's benefit, but also when the clemency board said that it wouldn't grant clemency, John Pell said to Susan that this is a tremendous opportunity for us. And she explained, I asked her what that meant. And she said that he spoke about how this is karma ripening, Don clearly has some very powerful karma that would cause him to be executed. And John Pell also spoke about the karma created by the people on the parole board, who can just discard somebody's life like that. And that those people really need our compassion. And, so does the initial jury, so do the executioners and the warden and so on. So it's a big time opportunity to generate compassion. What was interesting, I asked Susan how she was, and she said, not surprised. And I'm not surprised either. John Pell was telling me that his mother, who lives in Oklahoma, had said that there's been press about this and another execution that's coming up because they don't have the drugs yet, or well, now they do. But, and the people, the population is, we should kill these people. They're murderers, we should kill them. And even one of the people on the parole board, who was a judge, said to Susan, because she brought up the thing that this should have been tried in federal court, because it occurred on federal land, he said, this is Law 101. And Susan said, yeah. And the judge said, why didn't the initial lawyer do something about this? And Susan said, I don't know, but why should Don die because of an error that his lawyer made? And even this man voted against clemency. And so it's like, I think they're all terribly afraid of the repercussions throughout the state if they gave clemency, because, they may want it, but then everybody in the state who is for the death penalty and they think the death penalty is going to do some good. Although if the death penalty did some good, we wouldn't have so many murders. But who stops and thinks before they're ready to kill somebody, oh, I could get executed for this? In the heat of the moment, nobody thinks that. So, yeah, so Don, we're going to really have to support him. He's been away from his practice for the last week, as you can tell if you've read the letter downstairs that I left there. And he really needs to come back to his practice. John Pell also talked about, which interestingly I had just written to Don, is that all the time we spend blaming and lamenting is useless, that we have to deal with whatever causes and conditions there are. And if those causes and conditions change, then we have to deal with the new ones. And that going back and blaming the past and, wanting to change what can't be changed is just wasting the present. So I was really proud of him to hear that he spoke like this.